All right, boys. You guys know me as the most woke Forex YouTuber. Oh God, it's all fogging up here. But I have now transcended to another level. Cue the dramatic music. God, it takes way too long to do this. Oh man. All right, boys. I am now also the most shredded Forex YouTuber on this bitch. And handsome, and did I mention humble? Ooh, god damn, look at that tattoo. Woo! Now that we got being a cocky douchebag out of the way, let's talk about ICT. Alright guys, this video is basically just my thoughts on ICT. I get a lot of comments saying, hey, you trade like ICT, you're stealing stuff from ICT, things like this. This was going to be some sort of like reaction type video to an ICT video, but all of this stuff is incredibly boring, and so we are not going to watch that. I'm just going to talk briefly about my thoughts about him and how he teaches and everything like that, because I do get a lot of questions. Is he good? Is he a good trader? Should I actually follow him, right? ICT, I'll say this right off the bat here, boys, and he is one of the best, I think, in terms of what he's teaching. If you're going to be profitable, he is a price action trader that trades quite similarly to a lot of other price action traders. There's a lot of overlap. There's overlap with what I do. I use some of his stuff, to be fair. I use some of his terms too that he uses. I mean, these terms are all thrown around. It doesn't necessarily mean that I took his course or anything. I did not take his course. I've seen some of his YouTube stuff. I know some of his things, like he uses the term kill zone, for example. I also trade kill zones, which is basically the market opens. And so there's tons of overlap. He uses different terms like order block, things like this. And that's all just common knowledge. It doesn't necessarily mean that I'm exactly using what he's using, but it is very similar to my understanding of how he's trading. So if you guys do want to learn some ICT stuff, I do know that if you do it properly, you will be profitable. So we'll give him a shout out there. I know people who are trading ICT that they took his courses and they're trading profitably based off of just that. Myself, I've looked at some of the stuff. I am not doing exactly what he's doing, but I bet it's very, very similar to his stuff. I think I use more of a trend-based system and more of a liquidity grabbing type stuff than he does. I'm not completely sure, but I'm very, very focused on where the stops are, and then trying to jump in after the stops are hunted, and then follow that continuation of the trend. He is a good trader. He's been doing this for a very, very long time. If you guys do want to follow like those real guru type people that are actually legitimate, like, you know, Trader Didnt, ICT, Chris Laurie, these guys have been doing it for a very long time. It would be shocking if their stuff didn't work, right? Things like Hunter FX, myself, Mamba FX, you know, all these guys that are basically just flashy, Daniel, you know, all these guys, including myself, I'm saying including myself, we've only been doing this for a few years. We are not the best traders. Those guys are the best traders. And in, you know, 5 years, maybe we'll be just as good as them. We don't know. So if you guys do want to follow this stuff, I really do suggest it. I really do advocate. ICT is great. But the caveat is his stuff is incredibly boring. I said this already. And you're going to have to really filter through a lot of garbage, but that's basically the thing of being a trader, is you're going to have to do a lot of filtering of garbage anyways, whether it's data or filtering through YouTube. You're going to have to watch a lot of and hopefully you can eventually find something in the long run. And it's just very boring. It's very dry. He talks for a long time. Like, he'll make an hour-and-a-half long video with basically one point in it. And I've honestly never actually watched a full video of his, but I do know a lot of the stuff, and it is very smart. That being said, what I would focus on in terms of ICT's content is he does a lot to do with the session opens, which is great because that's when there's the most volatility, and I'm trading largely based around the liquidity in the market, where the stops, and when there's a lot of volume, there's a lot of liquidity hiding behind levels. So that's a great thing to really focus on, is okay, when should I be trading, and you know, where are the levels that are going to be hunted if you are going to dive into his stuff. I mean, you can also look kind of at my stuff, watch my streams and everything like that too. I'm going to be able to explain it just as well, if not better, because, you know, like I said at the start of the video, guys, I'm the most woke. So guys, what we're gonna quickly do is I've just pulled up a video of his. It's a quick video, and I'm gonna react just to his kind of teaching style here, so you guys can kind of see what it looks like here. Yeah, so he really utilizes a lot of these FVG zones where he's trying to, you know, run it back to this order block, right? After it started pulling back up, you can kind of see these lows, right? They got manipulated. And it starts running back to this untested zone, right? So there's a lot of resting orders in this area. This is kind of the logic that he's doing. He doesn't explain things super well. That's why I'm kind of here for you guys, so I can explain things a little bit better than he would. Because I think I break down things a little bit easier. But they're running it back so it can be filled the rest of the orders here that they all missed out on, and then it's going to dump off here. So this is the bearish order block that it originally started dumping from, so that's kind of what he's shooting for. And then hopefully, I believe, you know, maybe it didn't quite. So this is the target on a short, because that's where the liquidity is riding. So it's very similar to how I'm trading here, boys. So it's kind of two spots. If it continues up, it's going to reject off that. If it breaks back down, it's going to target here and then you know, pull around on that liquidity. We have a double bottom here. You guys talk, see me talk about a lot of double bottoms because double bottoms are great for more liquidity. Yeah, so here we go, bearish order block, right? It's probably going to reject off that bearish order block. See, we got a nice wick coming into it. After the tops here, hunted that, broke down. This is obviously going to be a light rejection, come back up, and then continue back down here, right? Light rejection off that zone because that's where originally we have our trend formed, right? We have a low here. It's hunting it a little bit. Now that we've hunted that low, we could come back up here if it does perform properly on the 1 minute here. Yeah, come back, reject off that, and then we can come back here. Yeah. Do we skip forward again? Skip forward. Right, yeah, so we've rejected. Basically, this is exactly what I'm saying here, guys. I didn't look at this video before, just so you know. It's just very easy to read price action, where things are going to go when you know what's kind of going on here. So there we go. We have that low, double bottom here as well. There's another one right there. And hunted that low. If it does in fact hunt, that's probably going to kind of ride up back again and then continue back down here because the trend is down. So if we do see that hunt, but no hunt, so it's going to keep rolling down. We have another low here, possibility. So I'm not completely sure why he's targeting right there because it's already been tested inefficiency. So it should go down to this low here, right? So yeah, I wasn't sure why he targeted a little bit higher there. You know, as you can see, this is his take profit, right? I believe, but it should have hit this level, right? And it only went down here because we didn't actually see any reversal signs on this low here, right? If we saw a reversal sign, probably come back up, and they could have continued back down. Right, guys, that's Hunter FX. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, join the Discord, link in the description. If you want a course, you want a freaking something, paid signals, all down there. Guys, see you next time.
Listen.